to my iPad.
Paranoid sometimes.
Hazel,
Okay.
Please.
For real.
Let's be adults here, okay? All right. Energy. Anyway, hello, welcome, and what's up, motherfucking bitches? It is episode 23 of the Livin Room podcast. I know I did 3 threes, but it's 23 of the Livin Room podcast.
It's backwards. It looks like 32.
Y'all know what the fuck I mean. This episode 23, and thank you guys for coming back. I appreciate you. It's, the boy, the man, the host, Captain Alexander, a.k.a. Zandy, a.k.a. Xander Man, a.k.a. Zandylicious, a.k.a. take it to the Zandy shop.
I almost fell asleep.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. But I'm simply Kyla.
Simply Kyla.
The Stallion today.
KTS, Kyla the Stallion. And we have a super special guest today. It's one of my goddamn homies, Amontre. Fucking, I met this man in goddamn college. He goddamn was in the military. He goddamn, my dark-skinned brother. Goddamn. He knows about goddamn guns. Freaking.
Not my dark-skinned brother.
My dark-skinned brother. But it's Amontre. Woo! Let's put some claps in the audio.
I'm just Amontre, by the way.
You don't got any AKAs, no ats, you're BlackMarshalPrecision.
Yes. Oh, yeah. BlackMarshalPrecision
Don't
on Instagram.
Play yourself out. This the Black Marshal, and he got precision. So watch what you say. But anyway, thanks for coming back. I appreciate you. And usually I do this at the end, but I want to do it at the beginning. If you're listening, give us a fucking like on like,
comment, subscribe.
YouTube,
Sure.
exactly,
Comment, but nothing
everything.
mean.
Don't say anything mean. If you do, just DM me. I can get my address. We can squabble. We don't gotta do what's internet stuff, bro. We can just squabble
Maybe
in real
you
life.
shouldn't
Don't be mean to me.
tell them where you live.
Oh, well. I'll meet you at the nearest Waffle House.
Look at that doxus. That's one everywhere. 2 on the same
Absolutely.
street.
But
Waffle House.
like I said, we got my goddamn dark skin brother getting my Montre on today. Hey, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Good to see you. I'm happy you're here. There's a lot going on in life,
Please.
A lot going on in life, and I want to talk to you about, the credence in the world and, your thoughts and opinions on stuff.
I got a lot of thoughts and opinions.
I heard something recently that you can now put your Doordash stuff on Klarna so that you can pay for your meals and for interest-free installments.
We're in the trenches.
If you're doing a paying for Doordash, I need you to go down to get on your phone, go on Indeed. and start lying on your application.
Start lying
because there's no reason you should be putting a paying for. That's wild.
I saw somebody on TikTok say you're gonna put your Chipotle burrito bowl on.
I'm professional.
I'm sorry. Well, it's Crystal. Why is she calling me?
Why is she calling us? She should know. We're podcasting right now.
Anyway, like I was saying, he's like, if you put your Chipotle bowl in 4 installments on Klarna, like, you're ridiculous. And I feel the same way. But then it's also like, what about unhoused people? I feel like they would use it.
I feel like that's a trap, though, to, like, get niggas into more poverty. Like, oh, you can put Doordash on Klarna now. If you can't pay for a fucking Taco Bell, you can't afford to goddamn pay for Taco Bell in 4 weeks either.
My thing is especially like with where we live, like we have several places where you can like donate plasma or do something to get a quick $50 to $100. Mm-hmm. If you can't do that for your $20 Chipotle meal,
that plasma,
why is your Chipotle bowl $20?
Hey.
Wait,
yeah, they started
like those Chinese restaurants where you get the buffet, they weigh your food.
That's crazy.
That's what I'm trying to figure
out.
Never had that
No, it's in North Augusta, but I was getting it to go. I wasn't eating inside, but their food's kind of good.
Yeah, because don't buffets charge to go by how much you
by
have?
the pound, yeah. Like Golden Corral, but who gets Golden Corral to go? Mm-hmm. I don't think that food carries well.
See.
Yeah.
See, we need to bring back? We had a little segment where we were talking about struggle meals,
Oh yeah.
Y'all need to make struggle, man. Instead of fucking DoorDashing goddamn Chipotle, get some fucking rice and some goddamn beans and eat that for 2 weeks. I know it sucks.
You can't go
but you
wrong
won't
with
have to goddamn be in debt.
Get you some tuna cans.
Get some spaghetti.
I don't know. My wife thinks it's a struggle meal. I don't, because I think it's delicious. Get some rice, those little packets of tuna, or you can even get a can, saute it up in a pan, put it over the rice, add some shredded cheese. Delicious.
First of all, why you stop making it in the first place?
I'm not gonna hold you. It's like a jail meal or something. Like
No.
I got some rice and I got some tuna. I whip it up, I put a little bit
I don't
of that.
think they would give you tuna
seasoning.
in jail, because you can use the can as a weapon.
They give it to
Unless
you
they give you the tuna pouch.
they give it to you in the fucking bag.
Like, here's your tuna.
I know the people can't see it, but my wife is like giving me weird looks. I've never been to jail before.
Oh,
Please stop.
No one on this black podcast has ever been in jail before. And you know who has been in jail before? The white guest on the podcast. He went to jail. We talked about it. A lot of weed is the answer.
oh my god.
But motherfucking, yeah, I think it's crazy that goddamn DoorDash is. Oh, sure, you can pay for your Steak and Shake in goddamn installments.
If you're paying for Steak and Shake in installments, I swear to God, Steak and Shake is the cheapest fast food you can get. I feel like
imagine fucking McDonald's on Klarna. Like, be fucking.
Well, now you can get McDonald's on Klarna through DoorDash.
Disgusting.
And what's even crazy? Like, what if you order it and you put it on installments, and then the DoorDasher steals your food? Then what?
Now
That just makes it even more complicated. I didn't even think about that.
that's bonkers. That's fucking bonkers.
I saw someone
What would you
complaining
do?
on freaking one of those Augusta groups, and they said someone left someone's Uber Eats order on the curb and set it in front of their house. And I was just like, on the curb? Why would you do that? You might as well just stole the food.
And it depends on where you go. I used to DoorDash and I almost got fucking robbed once. I goddamn
Oh,
wish
yeah.
I would have put that shit on the curb instead of walking the goddamn door. Goddamn. It's crazy out here.
The YNs.
Yeah, it was some little young ass ugly niggas too. Little young ugly bitches.
Oh my god. But we have a segment called, what grinds your gears. Like
They grind my
insert the
gears.
Family Guy clip here.
The YNs, they grind my goddamn gears.
Oh, okay. So I guess you can start.
No. You can go. You can go. I got something different.
So you have two?
No. I'm not doing the Y. I mean, I can go first if I'm to go for real, but it wasn't.
No,
the
I'm
YNs.
just kidding. You can go first. You're the guest,
Ooh, I got several things that grind my gears. But I guess.
Let the folks know.
This is a safe space.
All right, so I guess the most recent one is that I work with people who are usually older than me and make a lot more money than me, but they can't make the most simplest of decisions, or they're supposed to be subject matter experts, and they're asking me, "How do we fix this?" I'm like, "Nigga, that's what you get paid to do."
Nigga, you're my.
What do you mean?
Are they old white people?
Yes.
Don't know what they're doing, but they make the most money.
Because I see memes all the time where it's like my boss who gets paid like $40K more than me asking how to make an Excel spreadsheet, and it's like,
saw that.
bro, what?
I saw one where it said trying to save a PDF, and I'm like, idiot. What the hell? Please. But that is annoying.
Yeah,
That would
especially
be
if they get paid more money than you. It's like I'm literally doing more work
Yeah.
than you, but you're getting paid more than me for what? Pourquoi?
It's like you. So I work with a lot of computer systems, and they'll be like, something's not working right on it. I say, hey, it's like, why is it not working right? And I'll tell them like, what do you think we should do? You built this. What do you mean? What do I think? You built this bitch. Fix it.
What do you do?
So I'm a contractor on the base.
Oh.
I used to be in the Army. I did that for 4 years. I got medically retired.
Got your floor and got the fuck out.
So I wanted to do the whole 20, but I ended up
Rare.
Yeah. My plan was to do 20, go warrant officer, but after my 3rd year, I did like a TDY for like 2 months.
What's
like,
that?
So TDY is temporary duty. Is basically you go and the army or your unit, they'll pay for you to go somewhere to learn this thing. Usually it's like a school or like some type of training.
Okay.
And then you'll do that and like you get paid like per diem. So like those, you'll get like a hotel and like a room and stuff. And the smart thing to do, if anybody decides to go into the military, the smart thing to do is to not spend any of the per diem money, because whatever you don't spend, you keep that when you get back home. So like
military hack.
Yeah. So like when we were there, my per diem was like $40 a day. Actually, no. It was like $100, $140 a day.
Damn.
And like
big difference.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And we were gone for like 2 months. So like I just used whatever money I had in my pocket instead of using my government card. And then when I got back, like I didn't have to pay any of my government card back, and I just got to pocket all that per diem money.
That's nice.
Tax free.
Period.
Yeah. That's
Tax
nice.
free.
Yes.
I mean,
Take
in the military,
government for all their
why the
worth.
fuck you tax me? I'm in the military. When I used to work for Hilton, we used to have a lot of military people like travel and be like, "Hey, my per diem rate is X amount of money per day. I need a room under this rate," and I'd be like, "Yeah, let me see what you got in the area. We'll get you hooked up for sure." But turn your phone on silent.
I am. I'm sorry.
What's been grinding your gears?
Me?
Yeah, or I guess I can go. Not the government.
Government's been grinding my
Not the
gears.
government.
If you watched the last episode, not the last episode, the episode before that with Bernie, I went on a rant about Linda McMahon, her ugly ass husband.
That's so funny that Vince. I was like, "Isn't that Vince McMahon's?" But
Unfortunately.
why is she in the government?
Because she probably
You know wrestling.
She probably donated a lot of money. I'm sure. That's what everybody in the cabinet. Look, literally everybody in the cabinet right now are millionaires or billionaires.
Then it was auctioning off fucking.
We're in a
cabinet
bureaucracy. He was literally.
seats. Like, anyway.
That's why Elon Musk is there. Elon Musk grinds my gears. Let me change it. Elon Musk grinds my gears with his ugly ass and his ugly ass barrel chest. And that's why Tesla is burning. Tesla is burning right now.
Fuck Tesla. Fuck SpaceX. Fuck
And then
Cybertrucks.
it's like Tesla's core audience is like Democratic as fuck. What
Absolutely.
Republican cares about the environment? They think climate change is fake. You think they're gonna buy an electric vehicle? No.
Well, they're trying to buy him now because Elon's in the hole.
I'm sure they can't afford it.
But speaking of Cybertrucks, I think they recalled like all of them because there's an issue.
Yeah, they said this is the 8th recall of Cybertruck.
Jesus Christ.
I did see an all black one the other day, and it looked kind of cool. But that's all I will give it. It was like shiny black. I was like, it looks less dystopian this way. Like, I feel like every time I see a Cybertruck, it's like Mad Max or something. I'm just like, where am I right now? But the black
Mad
one
Max.
looks okay. It does. It looks
get
like
it.
it looks so dystopian. Like
I feel like that would be crazy in the desert because you couldn't see because it's this fucking light and this is fucking refracting light. Like, what the fuck is that coming at me? Oh shit, it's a piece of trash.
not a piece of trash. It does look like a driving trash can. But that's what grinds my gears. Just America in general right now. I'm
The state of the
disappointed.
world.
I'm not celebrating the 4th of July. I mean, I haven't celebrated it in a couple years. But I'm definitely not doing it this year.
Catch me on Juneteenth though.
Yeah,
Throwing
I'll
a
be celebrating
party.
Juneteenth though. Shit, that's our 1-year anniversary.
Exactly, Juneteenth party right here in the living room. We gonna invite all the guests to come back and fuck with us. It's gonna be cool. Why the fuck not?
You count as a guest.
Yeah. Some grinding my goddamn gears, man.
Oh, okay.
I want to look into the camera.
Oh, Jesus.
And I want you dickheads to know specifically, I'm talking to you guys. You know who wasn't grinding my gears? Stars
Kanye
and
West?
Strikes.
Oh, God, I forgot about that. Dang.
I hate that place with every fiber of my goddamn being.
It was horrible.
I've never had a good experience there, but the most recent experience I had there was probably the worst that I've ever had. And I want to say specifically, the person who decided to turn servers into robots, fuck your mother, because that's a terrible idea, goddamn.
Yeah. Or you should have multiple robots, not just one.
When I walked in, the first thing I saw was a robot.
I was
almost
like,
bumped
oh
into my
my
ass.
God.
And it was just like, excuse me, I'm carrying food. Like, excuse you, you fucking robot. Who fucking made you the
And
goddamn
then if you're just standing in front of it, it just stops. It was just like, it reminds me of a Roomba because I'm kind of
Literally, it's a fucking Roomba with food on it. It's not like
food on it.
covered up. It's just exposed to the goddamn air. Somebody can sneeze. I ain't got no food. You wouldn't
Somebody
even
can
know.
steal your food.
The first thing I said when I saw the robot is, what if somebody steals the food? And guess what the fuck happened? Somebody stole my goddamn food. I ordered a motherfucking cheese pizza. That bitch never came.
You know what? It probably wasn't good.
It probably wasn't good. Maybe I did a favor by not eating y'all shitty ass food. But Stars and Strikes, you guys are crying my gears.
You were turning up in there like, what the fuck?
You fuck. Everybody had a terrible time. I was like, give me a refund. I'm not paying for this fucking shitty ass pizza that I didn't goddamn.
And then the
get.
only person that was trying to help us was a white lady.
It's sad.
How the turntable.
Oh my god. Yo, bro. Literally, it was so bad of experience. The bartender was arguing with niggas at the goddamn bar. I swear to God, I asked the lady at the bar, I was like, I want 2 shots of Jameson. She poured me some Jack. I said, I ordered Jameson. She poured the Jack back in the bottle. And I was like, I watched enough Bar Rescue to know.
On the line.
I've watched enough Bar Rescue to know that you cannot pour fucking shots back into the fucking bottle once you pour them out.
Nope.
That's unsanitary and illegal. Mm-hmm. So Stars and Strikes, fuck your mother.
And the fact that you have to order your food at a kiosk. And they let you order liquor on the kiosk. But then you have to go up to the bar to get the liquor in a certain area. But the liquor's not ready because they're serving everybody else. And I'm just like, I should have known when it was going to be bad because my sister ordered some bacon cheese fries. It was literally shredded cheese with bacon on top of it on the fries. And I was like,
yo, take this shit back and heat this bitch up.
it wasn't even melted. I still ate it though because I was hungry. But and I didn't pay for it.
Say you ain't pay for it.
I was at least standing there just like, wow, they didn't melt the cheese.
How dare them?
And she said the ranch tasted funny and the chicken was dry. I was like,
so yeah, Stars and Stripes, count your fucking days.
Count your fucking days.
Count your fucking days.
You know what? They probably only do good because they're in an area where there's probably a lot of people that just walk there or like teenagers that go in there. Because as soon as I saw like a group of 4 YNs walk in, I was like, it's time to go. I'm not doing this.
I'm about to be Swiss cheese. No, thank you. Let me get out of here. Ooh. But you said earlier that you were in the Army?
Yeah.
How did that happen? You said you want to do the whole 20. I never heard a nigga say they wanted to do all 20.
So when I moved back to my hometown, I ended up reconnecting with my childhood friends. And they were all in JROTC. Mm-hmm. So they was like, hey, bro, you should join. And I was like, I ain't got shit else to do. So I joined. I joined JROTC. I had fun there. And the Army recruiters were really cool. Like I know a lot
to get you.
Yeah, so that's the thing. I know a lot of people give shit to the Army recruiters or their recruiters in general, but mine, like, they kept it real with me. They was like, this is what's going to happen. It's like, we're not going to sugarcoat shit. I mean, they really couldn't because we were in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. So it's like, what are you going to try to glamour up for me? But my plan was to join right after high school. Yeah. But I ended up going to college. That's where I met you.
Yeah, so I met you in college.
Yeah. So I did college for like a year. Mostly to like please my parents because they didn't want me to go straight off. Yeah, but I was like, parents. Yeah, and I was like, this college stuff is not for me. And so I joined 2016. Mm-hmm. I went to Fort Sill, Oklahoma, which yeah,
Oklahoma.
Oh yeah, that's
one of the states I hear. It's like, oof, I don't think it's safe for me there.
When the plane landed, it was nighttime. So when the bus took us from the airport to the base, like I'm used to seeing like trees and like hills and shit. Mm-hmm. Some form of topography. Yeah. Oklahoma is just straight grass. Flat as hell. I was like, yo, where the fuck are we?
Isn't Oklahoma part of the plains?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that makes sense.
And it's in Tornado Alley. So
I bet that makes it really windy since there's not a lot of stuff to stop the wind.
Is that why they have tornadoes? Because they're so flat?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But yeah, so I got to experience my very first tornadoes. Mm. That was very traumatizing.
Was it on base?
Yeah. So we had 2 tornadoes there. One was we were doing a range. So a range is like we just go out and we do simulation firearms training before they teach us like the real thing. And while we were packing up and getting ready to go, the plan was for us to ruck, which is basically just a long ass walk back to our barracks. And while we were walking, like immediately like the sky just got black. We was like, hey, drill sergeant, it's about to rain. They was like, so no, it's not about to rain. And so we were like, like, I don't think any of us had ever seen a tornado except for like one kid.
Yeah.
And
He
so,
didn't
like,
elaborate. Like,
yeah, so
oh,
like
it's not gonna rain.
Yeah, he was like, no, it's not gonna rain. So we were all like, oh, okay, it's not gonna rain. We're cool. And then it started getting windy. He was like, so drill sergeant, we think it's about to rain. He's like, no, it's not gonna rain. And so then like 30 minutes into the walk, he was like, you see those houses over there? So they had tornado shelters on the base.
Yeah.
For like if people are like out and walking in the field and stuff. He's like, you see those little houses over there? He's like, yeah. He's like, run. He was like, what? And so we just
Not
ran.
run.
And and like so he like packed, I want to say it was like 5 to 6 of us to a house. And there were like 80 of us. Jeez. So like we were in there and like I heard it like touch down in like the field that was across from us. I was scared shitless.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I know I cried. Because I was like...
I would have cried too. I'd be like, what the fuck?
When you hear it, it's like... I can't even describe the sound.
I hear it sounds like a train whistle.
I don't think so. That sounded a lot worse. That sounded like an animal. Like it sounded like a living thing, and like it was. You just heard like the shit that it picked up was like pounding against the small houses. I was sitting there, I was like, damn, this is how I die. And like everybody around me, they was like, come on, Adam's like, you'll be okay. I was like, nigga, do you not hear this?
Like, nigga, we're in the same space right now. You don't see that tornado, bro?
I was like, cause this was like our week 5, so like
y'all just got there.
Yeah, so this was like week 5. So like, and then the way the Army is in basic training is like while you're there, they give you limited meal options, but you're full. But the way the meal options work is you're gonna drop weight unless you just eat like absolute shit. And so a lot of us were like really health conscious at the time. So like at my lightest, I was like 124. I was like, this shit's gonna pick my little ass up. And like, but
Jesus.
That happened, and then the second one that happened, again, it happened while we were rucking, but we ended up making it to the barracks before it hit. But there was another group out there, and the path that they took on their ruck, there was none of the little houses. Damn. So, like, while they were rucking, we ended up talking to some of the kids that ended up going through when we had some free time, and they were like, yeah, it's like, we kept seeing it, like, touch down and pick back up, and we were just like, please don't come to us.
That's so. You ever like lose anybody to a tornado, like in the Army?
Not when I was in. So we never lost anybody. We almost not to a tornado. We lost a couple people. You know, I guess when I say lost, I mean like they got chaptered out. Nobody died, thankfully. But it was for like a bunch of stupid shit. So we had one kid. He got chaptered out because he called and sent a letter to his mom and dad saying like they're treating me bad.
Oh,
this man was 30.
Oh,
and like his mom sent a letter to our first sergeant, and so she read the letter out in front of everybody, and she was like, who's private first class, like Murphy? And he was like, that's me. She was like, I got a letter from your mom, just like talking about how we're treating you bad, and we're abusing you, and we're not letting you eat. It's like, we give you 3 square meals a day. And I was like, bro, it's like, why would you do that? Like,
what the fuck?
You should have known what was gonna happen.
What are his parents gonna do? Exactly. What are they gonna do?
And then it's like, you're a middle-aged
I
man.
guess I'm gonna write a letter.
And then it's like, you're a middle-aged man. Like, why are you writing letters to your parents talking about how you're being treated bad by other grown-ass
Mommy,
adults?
they're bullying me in the Army. Honestly, if you go in the Army, I kind of expect them to bully you a little bit.
Yeah, honestly.
But, I mean, I don't know if it's that way because I've never been. But
So it's... I would say it's what the Army... A lot of... You'll probably hear this a lot of time if you ask people, but the Army is really what you make it. So when I got there and like the very first drill sergeant I saw, like he gave us like a little pep talk, and he was like, you know, if you're ever feeling like you're going through like hard times, he was like, just remember, you got to make it through breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And so there was like a point in time where like that was just my mindset. It was like, okay, I made it to breakfast, I just got to make it to lunch. I made it to lunch, just got to make it to dinner. I made it to dinner, I just got to go to sleep. And you just rinse and repeat until you graduate from basic eventually. But even then, like I want to say like basic training is like 9 weeks, but things can happen. So you can get recycled, which is you fuck up enough, and they send you to day 0, basically.
How you fuck up in 9 weeks?
You be surprised.
Like 2 months.
So we had one girl that got recycled.
Recycle is crazy.
Yeah. And I felt bad for her. So when we get mail call, usually if it's like a package, the drill sergeant will open the package and make sure you don't have any contraband.
Yeah.
So her parents like put a bunch of makeup under like a shit ton of packing peanuts. So when drill sergeant opened it, they saw like flip flops and stuff like that. Like they went through, but they never went through the whole box.
Yeah.
So she had the box. She put it up on her locker. And one day, one of the drill sergeants came into the female living space and just like did what they call a walkthrough, which is basically just tear shit up to see if they can find something or if they just feel like it, and tore through all the female shit, and then got to her box, threw it on the ground, and like all the makeup and stuff fell out.
So they can't have makeup?
No.
Oh.
You're here for fucking war.
I'm not cut out for that.
You're not there to find a man.
What you need foundation for?
Or whatever your sexual preference is.
Pick up a blick. Get in the fucking field.
That's fair.
Indeed.
But like they found it, and when they called her up, there was like like this is contraband and you've had it for a while. It's like we have to recycle you. Damn. And so she called her parents. It's because we were like 2 weeks away from graduation.
Dang.
Yeah. So she called her parents, and like they were under the assumption that like they found it and like they had chewed her out, because that's why they put it in there. It's like a prank just to get her chewed out.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Do her parents hate her?
Families get sadistic when it comes to mail call and stuff. Like some families like will send letters to the drill sergeant specifically saying, "Hey, like smoke my kid," or like make my kid do something.
Do they hate their children?
If their prior military is kind of like a joke thing.
I was gonna say, like, is that from niggas who like been in the military? Because it's like I know niggas do this stuff. So hey, specifically give this kid this thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, she called her parents, and like they were like laughing and stuff because like they had a feeling like why she called, because it wasn't from her cell phone, it was from the phone in like the office. Yeah. And like they were laughing and stuff. She was like, "No, it's like I'm not graduating in 2 weeks. I got to start from day 0." And like I was like, "Yeah, I would have beat my family's ass." Like,
But they stopped laughing then. They're like, "Oh."
Like, especially you were 2 weeks out when you gotta push back to the beginning.
And then imagine her parents were gonna come to the graduation too. Now they gotta change all their travel plans. No. I was gonna say it is their fault.
So you were saying that in basic, it was I gotta do breakfast, I gotta do lunch, I gotta do dinner. How did it change from that to 20 years?
So
what changed?
So it was like, because like once you get through basic, like once you get through basic and like you've been there so long, you hopefully
it's not a long time. That's like 2 months.
When you have to wake up before the sun comes up and like you're just out there doing shit.
I don't know about that.
Until the sun comes down. And I mean shit from you ever had the experience the joy of separating rocks by color and size?
Can't say that I have.
It's a thing that you do.
Color and size is crazy. Like size, like are they like the same like area, or like is it like mass? Do they weigh the same? Like,
so like
that's diabolical.
Yeah. So they had us out there doing like,
who judges these rocks are the same size? 50 push-ups.
Do they just kick over the damn pile? Start again.
Nothing crazy like that. But I know the day they said that, because it was like a slow day, and we were in what they call blue phase, which is like your last 3 weeks or whatever before you graduate. And so once you're in blue phase, like you've taken your last PT test, you've done your last ruck march, you've gotten your berets and stuff, you're wearing your berets, and like at this point you're just doing busy work, like you're cleaning, doing a bunch of cleaning. A lot of times you're doing like a lot of inspections and stuff to make sure you're ready, getting ready for graduation. And it was just a slow day. Everybody was like just out cleaning the rifles, and Drill Sergeant Dela Cruz walked up. He was like, "Are y'all bored? If they ask you a question and it sounds like it's going to be something fun, don't answer it." So he was like, "Are y'all bored?" And like one kid said, "Yeah, I got the perfect thing for you." And we were out there for like 3 hours separating rocks. separating the red rocks from the white rocks.
That's evil. That's evil.
I mean, that is busy work.
Yeah.
But what are we working towards, though? Nothing.
It's about
Discipline.
following instructions. Yeah. That's what it's about.
That's fair.
But then, like, after...
Wait.
Where rocks come from?
Yeah.
Why are the rocks red out there?
I've never seen a red rock before.
They were just out there, and because we were... So, they had to separate it. Fort Sill is artillery. So, they instead of companies, they're called batteries. And so, our battery, our colors were red and white for our mascot. And so, we had red and white rocks. But some of the red rocks were mixed with the white rocks. So, it was like to separate. I want the red rocks over here. I want the white rocks over here. I want the big rocks in front. I want the small rocks in the back. And, yeah.
Sound like landscape.
Little gradient.
Yeah.
Who's your mascot?
The rocks.
We were knights.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Like sheer armor and sword type shit. Ye old type shit. That's funny.
Not yo.
But I'm still not hearing why you wanted to be for 20 years. None of that makes me say, yeah, give me 20 more years of this shit.
So it's like, it's essentially free healthcare. So
That's fair.
I ain't got to pay for shit.
Free college if you decide to go back.
That too. And then like, it was just like, well, I don't really have any other plan. I was like, I don't really have any other plans.
Yeah.
My actual job in the Army, I enjoyed what I did. And I was like, yeah, I might as well just stay 20 years. And
What'd
like,
you do?
So I was a 35 November, so that's how they designate your job, which my job was a signals intelligence analyst. So I basically just looked at radio waves all day in a computer.
Oh.
Doesn't sound bad.
Yeah.
You weren't killing niggas all day.
I mean, I helped.
Yeah, but I mean, you weren't like, I don't know. I feel like everything is important. I feel like it's like because I think like Antion said that he was out, and Tim both said they were, like shooting people, and I feel like that's like a different psychological thing than like fucking like
So my job was, I make this very clear when I tell people about my military experience. I was not what they call a door kicker. I showed the door kickers where they were supposed to go.
Also very important.
Yeah.
So that was my job in the Army, and I enjoyed what I did because it was pretty fun. I got to learn about a bunch of stuff. I got to put my hands on a bunch of equipment and everything. I got to break stuff, and like I didn't get in trouble for breaking stuff because that was the whole point of them giving us like, hey, we need you to look at this and like try to break it to see that way we know how to fix it back and make it better. So that was fun.
Then I was thinking breaking shit, like smashing shit.
I mean, sometimes that's what it did. We had a guy when I was in AIT, which is like the second part of basic training, which is like so basic training is just teaching you how to be a soldier. AIT is your actual job training.
Oh, okay.
So in AIT, we had this guy who used to be an infantryman, and his name was Bricker. And like whenever they gave him something, like he was like, I'm gonna break this, and they're like, yeah, that's why we gave it to you. And like he would either turn the equipment sensitivity super high to the point where like it couldn't pick up shit, or he would literally just go out into a field, find a big ass rock, and just drop it on there. He was like and they're like, did it break? No, I didn't break yet. I was like, so well, keep going until it breaks. That's just what he did.
Like a good job.
Yeah.
See, I can understand why niggas would be in the military. If my job was just to break stuff, my job is to just hack shit, go here, and that sounds like a fun 20 years. Yeah. But some niggas will be like, I wouldn't want to spend 20 years doing. Like fucking Tim was like, he used to like chase pirate boats and shit, and like I don't want to chase traffic for 20 years. That sounds ridiculous. Sounds horrible.
Hunting pirates.
No. That sounds freaking. Well, it's
more
essentially
like One Piece.
Drug trafficker. But I'm not Luffy, okay? I don't have powers. I can't stretch. I'm not bulletproof. I get shot once, I'm done so. I don't want to be that. I shout out to everybody doing that. Shout out to them. I'm glad you're doing what you did. But couldn't be me. I mean, I feel like if they drafted me, I guess I have to do it. But like, I'm not voluntarily. Yeah, let me chase that boat of cocaine traffickers. I've seen Narcos. These niggas are evil. Hell no, I don't want to fucking. They
probably
big
got a
guns.
bazooka on there.
Exactly.
Speaking of Narcos, I don't really care for President Trump or this administration.
Who does?
white people.
I just do my job. But he recently designated cartels as a terrorist organization.
Okay.
Which for my job means we're about to do some really fun shit in Mexico that I'm really excited for.
Keep us
I
updated.
can't really talk about it.
Classified
Just kidding.
information.
Don't keep us updated.
Dang. I'm glad to hear that someone in the army doesn't really. Not that you guys are a monolith and you all are like, for the president, but it's good to hear someone say like, no, that works for the military,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even when we were in, like, I was in when he got elected the first time, but I didn't get the vote. So, like, when I saw the election happen, I was, like, in a dirt field, like, in a dirt field cold, trying to get warm in a tent.
Damn.
So, like, when I heard, like, the election results, I was like, that shit's not helping me right now. I'm cold.
It's like, get away from me.
I'm already cold and upset in the middle of nowhere.
I'm like, I'm cold and I want a blanket and I want to watch TV, but I can't do that right now.
That is the worst feeling. Like, you just randomly find out. Like, this election, I woke up at like 4 a.m. and I was like, I'm not going to look. And then I looked and I was just like,
damn it.
I was like, let me go back to sleep. That's the same thing that happened the first time when he ran against Hillary. I woke up and I literally left the election map on my TV just in case I woke up. And then I woke up and I looked and I was like,
rigged.
And I do think they rigged the election.
That's my conspiracy. Oh wait.
Well, I guess we can't move on to conspiracies.
I'm jumping the gun.
Yeah. Well, we like to talk about conspiracy theories, because they're cool. Well, I mean, I don't want to say they're cool, but it's interesting to hear other people's conspiracy theories. So do you have a conspiracy theory?
Ooh, I got a conspiracy theory for y'all ass. I thought of this. So this is pertaining to the Drake and Kendrick beef.
Oh, no.
Okay. So
I'm listening, brother.
So when this will start, this goes back to Meet the Grams, when when Kendrick talked about Drake's supposed daughter.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of people saying like, oh, daughter's not real. It's like he got his facts wrong or whatever. I think the daughter is real, and let me tell you why. So, the daughter. So in the daughter. Let me get my thoughts straight. So. The proposed daughter should be around 10 to 13 years old, which means she's older than Adonis.
Damn.
Oh.
So if Kendrick knew about this, it's like, why? Like, when did this take place? So I think it took place during Drake's Take Care album.
That tracks.
Why I say specifically Take Care is because Kendrick had a song on Take Care called Buried Alive. And in Buried Alive, he like a suicidal terrorist, like an infant, whatever you were mentioning, mind over matter, work from my nemesis, on the matter on the head on this. So there's a part in the song where he says, last year I was greeted by an alien that said that she slept with a Canadian.
I remember that.
And when she said she slept with a Canadian, Drake at the same time was also still trying to get with Rihanna. So I think that whoever this alien woman is the baby mother to Drake's supposed daughter, because the timelines add up when you think about the age and how old she would be, because the beef came out in 2024, 2009, 10. When did Take Care come out?
I want to say it was like 2012.
Was it?
I don't think it was 20.
Hey Siri,
No?
when did Take Care by Drake come out? 2011.
2011.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, so 2011 to 2014, 2024, she would be 13 years old.
Yeah.
So that's
Damn, nigga.
Sorry, I swallowed the wrong code. Oh shit! I swallowed
You
the wrong
good?
code.
Damn.
Don't- Ignore me. You got
Right.
But
Just hacking in the mic.
that's my conspiracy theory. And what I want to do is I want to go see Kendrick in concert and like get a VIP to like a meet and greet ticket. That way I can ask him that question, propose this theory to him, ask it to him, and I'll know if it's true. If he doesn't answer it, then I know. If he just, what I'm hoping is like he don't. I don't even want him to give me like a straight yes or no. I just want him to like give me like a look. It's like,
no, he'll just be like,
it's like, yeah, you on to something, nigga. And I was like, all right.
Hey, Kenny, what did you mean when you said alien look like Canadian? What do you mean by that?
Because
You're gonna be like,
I feel like
y'all gonna know.
I feel like, why did they even start beefing? Like, I want to know.
No one knows.
Like, in 5
never
years,
know.
in 5 years, I want a documentary.
Kendrick
on this.
Lamar.
I want Kendrick Lamar to tell us why.
Come on the podcast.
What's the beef?
Let us know what
Because
it
they're
is.
slinging around serious allegations. Like,
Wife
Drake's
beater.
Drake's a pedo. Fucking Kendrick beats his wife. His kids aren't really his. I'm just like,
And I heard, I think it was Wiz Khalifa, where what's his name, Shannon Sharp, was like, do you think, things gonna cool down? And Wiz Khalifa was like, these niggas hate each other for real. Like, this isn't like, these niggas hate each other for real. And I believe Wiz, because he ain't got no reason to lie.
I love when rap beef is real. I love it. Like Tupac and Biggie. I feel like that's the last really big rap beef. Well, I don't know. There was Jay-Z and Nas, but
Yeah, that's true.
I was a baby when that happened.
But shit, what's your conspiracy theory?
Mine's,
Or do you want to go to me? I don't know.
Mine's is, I guess, more local. But I heard this from, I don't know if it's really conspiracy theory or gossip, but I heard the Masters, the National, is trying to buy, like, all of Washington Road up, like, past Publix and just cut it off for, like, the golfers.
I mean, probably so because
They keep inching closer and closer.
Yeah.
I mean, they had already proposed trying to buy out most of Washington Road and do like their own portion of it to go directly towards the Masters from the highway. Because when I was
No, it's okay.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm about to say, but when I was working there,
At the National?
yeah, I was security.
Okay.
Top flight security.
They never hired me.
Top flight security of the world.
Yeah, for a whole week. Y'all was safe out here. But no, like they each year it gets bigger. And I remember one year, like when I came back, they made underground tunnels because
Yes, I heard about the tunnels.
Yeah, like they don't want people to see like the workers. So of course, like they're like, we don't want y'all to see wretched ass Augusta. Hell yeah, we gonna buy up as much of Washington Road as we can.
Yeah.
So you won't see the homeless people. You won't see the people who actually live here.
Yeah.
I mean, and I wouldn't even be surprised if they tried to buy portions of Wrightsboro Road for the private airplanes.
Child.
You know, because people fly in.
Yeah, that wouldn't
why
surprise
not buy a
me.
portion of that
Yeah.
if you have direct access to the Masters.
Because
Why
Daniel
not have
Field
that?
be full as fuck during Masters Week and the week after. I'm like, God damn, I didn't see so many private planes in my life.
Because they're not flying in a goddamn Augusta
Regional.
Hell no, they going to that. They going into that specific.
Right back on them damn planes. No.
Which I feel like the part Washington Road that the National is on is already really nice. I don't think Washington Road is bad in general. I think it's one of the nicer parts of town. I mean, maybe aside from the unhoused people, but yeah.
Because of the fucking property taxes over
They're not gonna
there.
have the Augusta Nationals there and have that looking toe down.
Yeah,
I'm about
that's
to say
true.
that's just like they've been inching and buying. Damn, what is that road? It's right there by the Nationals, but you remember it was like a whole big news story with that one.
That one couple when they sell,
Yeah.
they still won't sell, right?
Wasn't downtown somewhere or something?
No, it was right there by the
Yeah.
Nationals because they keep expanding it. Like if you fly over Augusta National, it's way bigger than what you think. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, there ain't no they working on it. They probably gonna be like,
Conspiracy confirmed. Conspiracy confirmed.
sounds like a plantation.
I'll pay you
to me.
10K
For real.
tonight.
It's called the Masters.
It's literally called the Masters.
The fuck? Child. Well, what's your conspiracy theory?
My conspiracy theory. Well, I don't know if you guys heard or not, but people are saying that Drewski and Odell Beckham Jr. or something.
Is that a
they
conspiracy or is that
were-
gossip?
Let me finish, right?
Oh,
They were saying that they were doing slip and slides or something. He was like on the girl and they couldn't breathe or whatever. Freaking the timeline doesn't really seem right because Drewski wasn't even famous back then.
Yeah.
My conspiracy theory is that Diddy's lawyer is fabricating a bunch of fake stories so that Diddy can say they lied about Drewski, they lied about Odell, they lied about Jay-Z, they lied about me too. I think he's trying to make a bunch of fake stories so they can bury Diddy's actual bad shit.
Diddy is
in
making the stories.
I think his team is, fabricating these stuff. Because freaking like, once Diddy got in, they said Jay-Z got in, but that was proved wrong. And I think this Drewski shit is gonna be proved wrong. And they're gonna say, well, look at this and this. Diddy's innocent too. When I do not believe with any fiber of my being that Diddy is.
I've never seen a grown man beat a woman's ass like that.
They might charge him just for that and be like, well, I'll give you a DV charge, and
But also, we don't know what they have. They could have videos.
I don't know.
They got shit. I heard Stevie J is
informant.
I heard he's
bitch ass nigga.
Oh, well.
First of all, if the whole Diddy situation, if your lawyer has to recuse themselves,
for real,
nigga, you going to prison?
Yes.
Not jail. You're going to prison.
Yes, like, and then freaking Kanye West is like, Trump should pardon Diddy. I'm like, nigga, you have daughters. Like, what the fuck?
I want to. So speaking of the Kanye thing, I really stopped fucking with Kanye during when he did that shit when he was like trying to run for president, and he was like. And he was like, Harriet Tubman didn't free the slaves. She just took them to other slave masters. I was like, nigga, take your ass the fuck to a hospital and take some lithium.
And when he said slavery was a choice, I'm like, bitch, what?
Harriet Tubman would not stand for this.
No.
She would not stand for
She
this. She'd have niggas outside this house right now. Like, what'd you say, nigga? What did you say? Because we're outside right now. You from Chicago? I'm from slavery times, nigga.
Yeah, I feel like you're different if you were a slave. Yeah, it hits different.
Shout out Harriet Tubman.
For real.
What happened to $20 bills with Harriet Tubman face on them?
Do you see who's in office right now?
She did get promoted to brigadier general by the army. That was
Harriet Tubman?
Yeah.
She's not even alive. What does that mean?
So they do it a lot. Like if somebody dies, and like depending on like what they did for the country, like they'll promote them
posthumously.
Mm-hmm. Yup. I can't say that word, but and like she got promoted to a brigadier general. So,
wow.
But what does that mean? Like, does she get?
Is that an army rank?
Is her family get money? What the fuck does that mean?
I want to say it's probably like the highest rank for a black woman.
Amontre, what does that mean though? What do they get?
I mean, like her family doesn't get anything, but it's like
it's all fucking histrionics. Yeah. It's all fucking. It's a facade.
Maybe they just want to show how much they appreciate her.
That's bullshit to me. That's them trying to save face.
If Harriet Tubman rises up from the grave, I'm gonna be real.
Because if Harriet Tubman was alive, she'd be like, I don't want no fucking brigadier general title. I want some fucking reparations. Give my niggas they land and they fucking donkeys. I don't know, but if she was alive, she'd want reparations.
She'd probably start whooping ass.
She'd be like, brigadier general.
She was like, I didn't do it in my first life, but I'm gonna do it now.
Harriet, my baby won't stop crying.
Sorry about it.
You know, she had
it's for the greater good.
She had brain surgery, like without anesthesia, because she, like, I think one of her slave masters like hit her with the iron or something in her head. She had like 2 brain surgeries, no anesthesia or nothing.
Damn,
raw dogging it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they had to bite on a piece of lead or something.
I feel like back then they had the good shit. You might get some goddamn codeine in your goddamn cough syrup.
They had codeine back then?
They had opium.
Yeah, they had opium.
Yeah. Oh my god.
For fun, nigga. You want it or not?
Did they have drugs for fun back then?
Absolutely.
Was there weed?
Absolutely.
You're right. I forgot. There was Coke and Coca-Cola.
Conspiracy
They just erased that from their history.
Right there, like we're gonna pretend that we didn't.
I'm gonna go in there and be like, "Where's the coke? The cocaine? Is that what's in the vault back there? Is it the cocaine?
Blow. That's in the secret recipe.
Is it the coke?
A little bit of cocaine.
I wonder if they have like a batch of like the original Coca-Cola formula.
I want the OG recipe. Let me get some OG Coke back in the fucking day.
I want the Coca-Cola with the cocaine.
Up for days.
No fentanyl, please.
No fentanyl, please.
podcast will be a 24-hour thing.
Just have a 24-hour live stream. We had the real Coca-Cola.
That's freaking funny. But man, conspiracy theories, Coca-Cola, life, death, a lot of stuff in the world. But I know you're a technician, not technician. You're a, what's the word? Expert.
marksman?
You know, you really what's the word? You an expert? I'm gonna say expert.
I'm a firearms enthusiast.
On this thing right here. Is that a deagle?
No, this one actually is from Pulp Fiction. So this is the gun that Samuel L. Jackson had, his character Jules. And then the Bible verse he says before he blows old little boy to hell.
Yeah.
Ezekiel 25:17 on there.
I need to watch that again.
Shout out Pulp Fiction.
I fell asleep. It wasn't boring. I was just tired.
Is there a sign? I might go right.
Oh my God. I feel like Quentin Tarantino was just trying to find ways to say nigga. And I'm just like, you're ridiculous.
Because that was so unnecessary.
It was unnecessary. Like, he didn't even have to be in the movie. All up in the video.
Do I look like I want a dead nigger in my living room?
That nigga storage? Like, what did you just say to me?
He don't say that shit no more. He don't say that shit no more.
Make sure all the white characters say it though.
Yeah, that's true. Especially in Django.
Y'all seen Django?
I just watched Django for science, and I was like, wait a minute. He was in Django too, I think. Probably. I think he did do a cameo in Django, but he didn't say nigga this time.
Yeah, but
sorry, nigger, hard R.
But we came here to talk about friggin' guns, because goddamn, that's your thing. You get BlackMarshalPrecision, you be teaching classes, you got goddamn shit. You fucking help me goddamn find the goddamn gun. I remember you always sent me a message telling me what kind of gun to get, goddamn you. So did you get your knowledge from firearms from the Army?
No. As a general rule, most people who are in the Army or in law enforcement are the worst shooters ever, because
I believe it.
They get their little certification, which is like just a rifle clause, like some shoot this X amount of times and just hit the target, and then that'll be the only time they shoot until shit hits the fan. Yeah. So for me, I was like that. What really got me to really focus up was the death of Ahmaud Arbery. So
explain that.
So at the time, my son had just been born. Me and my wife had just moved into our first house, and I was about to get back into like physical fitness. Mm-hmm. So when that happened, like, first of all, it's like, we've all seen the video. He's jogging. They roll up on him. They ask him, like, what are you doing in the neighborhood? And he's like, get away from me, because first of all, y'all rolled up on him with guns in the big ass fucking trucks. Well, a big ass truck, and then like that random dude who had like the fucking car but didn't do shit. And then like you see them struggle, and then you see him get shot. That hit me because, one, I live in the suburbs, and I know how people think when they see just random people running at places. Yeah. And I was like, my son was born. I had a wife. I was like, I'm making it home to my family regardless.
Period.
So I bought my first gun. I bought a holster for it. I started looking up YouTube videos on like how to draw and stuff like that. I would go to the range every now and then. And then like eventually I was like, man, it's like I should actually take like actual classes. But like the only classes I saw were like just your basic, like, just point and shoot. And I was like, no, I want to learn how to like run my gun. Like I want to be able to, if I have to, reach out and touch somebody.
Yeah, got a quick draw. I want to learn that instead of just shoot targets that,
Yeah. So I went to my first class in South Georgia by these guys named Achilles Heel Tactics. Real cool people. They very much made me feel like, just because I'm a black man in a predominantly white, I guess, community, like I'm not unwelcome. Like they welcomed me with open arms. They made sure I was squared away and everything.
It's always nice to meet nice white people.
Yeah, it's refreshing.
in the back of my head, I'm still like,
yeah. There was like, I want to say like when I was there was only like one guy that like gave me vibes of like I shouldn't be there, but because like when he pulled, because I'll never forget this, because the class started at like 8. I got there at 7 because I didn't know where I was going, and it was like in the country.
Oh Lord.
Because it was a privately owned range, so like it was literally just like a bunch of fucking land that they just cleared out, and I was like, yeah, I want to find this place. So I got there. I was there till like the sun rose, and then like everybody started getting out the cars, introduced ourselves. This dude pulled up. I think he was from like South. He was from South Carolina.
That's all you need to say.
Yeah, and he was and like he was a cop, so like he had like, you know, his vest and everything. It said sheriff's office and stuff.
Blue Lives Matter.
Oh, child.
Yeah, and like the whole time, like he just kept looking at me. I was like, yo, this.
And he's a cop?
Yeah. And like everybody else, like they're chopping it up. I'm chopping it up with everybody else, talking to everybody else, laughing, joking. Like I could just see and feel him just like staring at me. I was like, okay, obviously he don't think I need to be here, but what the fuck ever. I ended up shooting better than him during the class anyway, so I really didn't care.
Pussy.
Which is crazy, because I do feel like you said, cops don't really know how to shoot. I mean, I guess I just see it from TV, but it just seems like they just be, you know.
Yeah, like there are some cops that take their shooting serious, and I've met some of them through classes, but there are some that just literally don't know what the fuck they're doing. Like I can't remember if it was last year or like 2023 when the cops pulled over a guy and the acorn dropped in his car and he thought it was a gunshot. It just
I saw that video.
blew the fucking car away, and I was like, everybody else knew that was an acorn except for you. Why? The guy never even showed. Yeah, that was fucking crazy. But after that, I would still go to the range by myself and stuff. And then when COVID started and the George Floyd protests and all that started coming up, I noticed a lot of black people. Actually, we were during that time, black people were like responsible for like most of the gun sales, like during COVID.
Yeah.
And then out of that, it was like, I think it was black women were actually like the number one buyers of firearms. But like, you know, I'm proud of us because, like, you know, we're taking our self-defense serious. But it was also a thing where I saw a lot of people, they bought the gun and then they just thought, oh, I got the gun, I'm good. It's like, no, you need to learn how to use it, because like, you don't I used to say it's like, you want to train to the highest level you can. That way your highest level of training will be your lowest level of performance if shit hits the fan. So from there I was like, man, it's like, can I like teach people? I've only been like shooting serious for like a couple months, maybe a year, and I ended up finding out like, yeah, I can teach people. And so I got my instructor certification through USCCA. I did that for a while, and then USCCA, they had their own problems, so I ended up letting my certification with them lapse.
Damn.
And like now I just teach basically like mostly one-on-one classes or like small groups. So usually if you just hit me up saying, hey, you know, I want to do this, like I have either I want to buy a gun or I have a gun, I just don't know how to use it, then if you link with me, basically we'll go to the range and we'll break down as much as we need to get you to where you need to be, to where you're competent. I don't like to say comfortable, because you should never be comfortable around a firearm, but you should be competent around a firearm. So you should know what you're doing and know like the condition of your firearm. So that was another thing. A lot of like negligent discharges or accidental discharges of people just like not paying attention to what they're doing. So there was one incident that was in Atlanta. A guy was cleaning his gun in his apartment. He didn't clear the chamber, so like there was a round in the chamber, and while he was cleaning it, it went off, and it went into the apartment next to him and killed a woman that was like in her bed.
Damn.
And like her son ended up finding her dead, because like he got home. I think she was supposed to pick him up from school or something, and like he was like, well, my mom didn't pick me up from school. So when he got home, he was like, Mom, where you at? He went in the room and he found her.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
So
it's a combination of all those things. It's like, man, it's like, I want to be. I'm proud of all the black and brown faces I see with firearms and like getting excited and stuff. But I also want to make sure they're competent with their guns. That way we don't have incidents like that happening in our community.
Yeah.
That's sad.
He just didn't go check on her after he shot through the wall.
he
probably knocked, but no one answered.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Dang, because I want a gun too, but I feel like it's irresponsible of me to get a gun and I don't know how to use it.
That's why he exists.
Well, yeah, I've said it before. I'm like, you know, you take one of his classes, you know, but.
So, I want to put this out there as well. When it comes to buying a firearm, please, for the love of God, do not buy a High Point or these little SCCYs they're like these small, colorful guns. They come in like a little rainbow of colors. Like
damn, I wanted a pink one.
Yeah, I did.
I'm
not gonna lie.
Like, I get it. They don't cost that much money because I think they're like, you can find them for like $200 at the most. They don't cost that much money, and they can match just about any outfit you have. I get it, but they don't work well. Like, literally, I've seen these guns either jam in class, or sometimes, I mean, usually this is like an issue where people don't know what ammo to buy, and where the gun will like jam or explode in rare cases. Yes, yeah.
If you put the wrong bullet in there, you know, put a bullet.
I don't want a pink gun anymore. Oh God.
So I have like several guns that like I live by, because of their price, what they offer for the price, and like what they can do and their reliability.
Give us your gun list.
I want to say, so what's your recommendation? Because I know you recommended a gun for me based on what we talked about. But like, what do you think is a general everyday carry for goddamn everybody?
Yeah. Okay. So, a long time ago, well, not even a long time ago, the golden standard used to be Glock, because everybody's like, you can never go wrong with a Glock. While that is true, the future is now, old man. Glock has
not the Glocks are outdated.
Glock has not done, especially in my opinion, Glock has not done anything interesting for the shooting community in years. And that's mostly because they're trying to appeal to their government contracts, so like law enforcement and military, and they're trying to appeal to them and their needs, and just making it like bare spec out to what they need. Whereas you have companies like it's a relatively new company. They're called Ross Martin. They sound super exotic, like a sports car, but the gun only costs like $450, and with it you get a 15-round mag, a 17-round mag. It comes equipped. Well, it comes ready for a red dot optic, which I also think people should have on their guns. If you're shooting iron sights, you're kind of behind already. But it comes.
You think laser is the new thing? Like iron sights is,
not even
World War II. Like
not even lasers. Like, so a red dot optic, you mount it to the top of your gun, and so it has like a little dot, and basically it's like another aiming system. So what it does is that it helps you pick up a target. It makes you be target focused. So whereas with like if you have iron sights, you have to do this thing where like you have the rear sight here, and then you have the front sight, and you have to like line them up. And so in doing that, you're paying attention to your sights instead of what's going on in front of you. So like by the time you get your sights lined up, especially if you haven't been training for a while, you look up at the actual target. Now
niggas shooting at you.
Yeah, we shot already.
Whereas with the red dot, you have a pretty decent sized window. You have an optic in the center of the dot. You put the dot on the target. You look at the target, and then you just fire away. So the Ross Martin RM1C comes with the ability to have all of that for just $450, whereas Glock, for you to get even that package where you can equip it with a red dot, costs like $500, and like upwards of $500. And even then, like more than likely, like the plates that it comes with to equip the red dot are not good. So that means you have to buy aftermarket plates, which means you have to spend extra money.
Damn.
Okay, so that was easy. What do you think about home defense? Do you think like that? Do you think they should get like a rifle for home defense, or like you think a handgun is gonna be good enough?
So home defense. I used to be very big on saying like get a shotgun for home defense, which I think is like general for everybody, because a shotgun you don't really have to aim that much. You still have to aim with a shotgun. You just don't have to aim that much. But now, especially because I buy suppressors,
Suppressors for what? You assassin?
For my rifles. for my rifles. But now that I've been buying suppressors and like I'm shooting, because oh my god, suppressors are so amazing. You can shoot without wearing ear pro because it's hearing safe. Oh. And like a lot of times, if you have the right ammo, it makes things super quiet, like a nail gun. It's beautiful.
I know I'm not a gun expert, but I feel like a suppressor for home defense is crazy. Because like, where are you trying to hide this ammo for? Like,
I mean, I don't want to wake up my kids.
That's fair.
Please don't wake me up.
So, I think if someone's trying to rob your house, maybe. Hey Dom, I had to kill this nigga because he was trying to fucking rob the house real quick.
Lock that shit up before the kids wake up.
Get him out of here.
Where's the Swiffer at?
But yeah, for home defense, you know, a shotgun is okay, but getting a rifle or even a pistol is a lot times better because ARs are so customizable. They're like adult Legos essentially, and you can make them to where they can fit whatever need you have. Whereas a shotgun, you just buy a shotgun and like you just have to deal with that.
Yeah.
The same thing goes for pistols. The only reason I would choose a rifle over a pistol is because a rifle you have more contact points with the weapon. So, let's say you have kids and it's like you hear something go bump in the house, and so you go outside, but your kids have toys all over the floor. With a handgun, you know, you trip over something like, oh shit. Whereas with a rifle, you have it and you trip over something, you can still have it mounted. So it's a more stable platform.
Pros and cons.
Yeah.
Everything has their drawbacks. You know, rifle's a lot longer, so you'll have to do some maneuvering. Pistol is easier to have, but it's a lot harder to control.
Yeah.
Wow. I always hear about those bullets where they have pellets in them or something, or they like spread or something like that.
For the shotguns?
Yes.
Yeah. So you have buckshot and birdshot. There's also this thing called turkey shot, which is just birdshot but just a little bit bigger because they use it for turkey hunting. If you want to be really spicy and you do use a shotgun, go with a shell, a rifled shell, because it's just a single projectile, and if it hits something, they're gonna feel it. So, and a lot of times, you can actually look this up because I believe it was Dave Chappelle. He was like he has it where it's like buckshot, birdshot, rifled shell. So
you can put all of those in the same gun?
Slug, yeah.
It's feel like
long as they're
shotgun,
the same,
you gotta
the same caliber.
Yeah, as long as they're the same caliber. So like, usually for like home defense or self defense, you want the shotgun to be a 12 gauge, which I know a lot of people like, 12 gauges kick. Yeah, everything kicks. Like, you're an adult, get used to it.
Someone's trying to murder you.
You're an adult with a gun.
Grow the fuck up, like. But yeah. So like you'll load it with like birdshot, buckshot, slug. And so Dave Chappelle, he's like, you have the birdshot that doesn't really do anything. The buckshot that opens up a lot more. And then they're thinking like, oh, well, I know he's coming with either birdshot or buckshot next. And so he comes out and it's like, I know birdshot's coming next. So it's going to spread out a lot more. I might get hit, but it's not going to be bad. Little as you have a slug in there and he's right in front of you. So now just got this.
He's a
little
memory.
Not a memory.
Now he's on a white t-shirt.
No! With the wings on his back.
Exactly. With the clouds and having guests in the background photoshopped.
Also, let me cap this off by saying I am not a legal expert, so do not take anything I say as legal advice, because
disclaimer.
If you try to do any of this, and like you go to court and you try to bring me in as like, well, he told me to do it, I'm looking at you like, I don't know what the fuck you are. Why am I here?
Don't quote the podcast in court because they're gonna say I don't know you.
This is for entertainment purposes only.
Truly.
Also, you don't shoot to kill. You don't shoot to wound. You shoot to stop the threat. I hate people that say, because people who say, I'll just shoot him in the leg. That's illegal. That's causing.
Is it?
Yes, that's causing unnecessary harm to somebody. So you'll get in trouble you'll get in trouble legally, and you'll also get in trouble civilly, which means the person, they might have tried to rob your house or try to kill you in your home, but now they can sue you because you shot them in the leg.
I've heard of that before.
So don't shoot to wound, don't shoot to kill, because that can also get you in a lot of trouble. You shoot to stop the threat, whether that's you shot them once and they stopped, or you had to empty out an entire magazine and they stopped. You shoot to stop the threat.
That's good to know.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for coming in and, teaching us about, I gotta go to the bathroom too, if you're being honest.
So, going back to EDC.
EDC? Oh,
Yeah,
never mind.
everyday
I'm
carry.
thinking of...
That's what I thought too. I was like, wait a minute.
I'm like you like fucking
You into EDM?
You be all right. Let's talk about EDC, but everyday carry, yeah.
But so I have my EDC, but I don't know how that's gonna mess with like monetization and stuff like that.
I mean, we ain't monetized. We got like 4 followers.
I follow. Don't do me.
I appreciate you.
So,
Shoot, I want the Rick Grimes, the goddamn
Oh
big
God.
ass Mac 57 with the revolver.
you don't want
That shit is so sexy. That shit is just attractive.
It is, but it's also unnecessary. You don't need that much. So, I guess when it comes to buying a gun that you're going to use for everyday carry, which is EDC, you want something that's the biggest size that you can carry comfortably. Something that you can shoot well. So don't just buy something, put it in a holster, and then be like,
Because it look cool.
Yeah. You want to be able to shoot it because
You make too much noise back there.
you want to be able to shoot it well. That way, if things do hit the fan, like you know how to operate it.
Yeah.
Also, you want to have fun shooting it. That way, you can actually be
Enthused.
enthused about shooting it. So, for me, my main squeeze right now is
Oh my God.
And you couldn't even tell.
You gagged me. I was like, whoa.
I remember we were at Lamar's birthday party, and you just pulled out the blick, and I was like, I couldn't even tell.
Yeah. So, gun is clear. This is the Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0. What I like to do with mine is, obviously, I have a red dot up here, so this is what I was saying. Like, you just point it, has a dot, you just point it at something you want to destroy, and then just pull the trigger.
Because you can't see the red dot like on the wall, but when you look in through it, you can see. Yeah.
I thought it was like, the spy freaking movies where they have the red dot.
They're like, get down.
Wow. I'm always scared to hold guns. I shot a gun for the first time like 2 years ago.
Oh, on New Year's?
On New Year's. But then after I shot it, I was like, yeah.
I'm powerful.
No, yeah, literally. I was like, yeah, I need a gun.
So what I like to do with mine is, you see I have the red dot up here. I also have a light on it. Another thing I did, which is more of a quality of life comfort thing, is that I changed out the trigger. So I like to modify my guns to a certain degree.
Yeah.
Not enough to where it messes with the reliability, but it just makes it better to shoot for me.
Yeah.
So
I know some people, I don't know if this is a real thing, but the hairpin trigger where like it's easier to like pull out the trigger, is that like a thing that people...
That's the thing that some people do. Again, that's something that messes with the reliability, because a lot of firearms now are what they call drop safe. So like if let's say I had this loaded and I pulled it out and like a dumbass I let it fall, because this gun is drop safe, so because I dropped it, it's not gonna fire. Whereas people who modify their guns to just have a hairpin trigger, they drop it, it's gonna go everywhere.
Damn.
So yeah, so that's my main squeeze right now. It's a full size, so this is a 17 round mag, full size mag, and then I also carry a spare here.
Wow.
So this is how I like to carry. They call it appendix. For me, it's very comfortable. I can sit, I can bend down if I need to.
Yeah, because we didn't even know you had it there.
I assumed. I just assumed.
No, I literally didn't even think about it. So when you pulled it out, I was like, oh. I was like, we're carrying.
So when I said I wanted the Rick Grimes, the Mag 357, you was like, no. Why? What's wrong with the 357 Mag?
So 357 Mag was not. Come on, you can stand. Okay. 357 Mag, the way it works is it's a very good caliber, but it's also a very heavy caliber. So another thing you have to think about when you have your gun is how much does it weigh. This entire setup is probably like 20 to 30 ounces, which like if you've been carrying as long as I have,
That's like barely a pound.
That's not barely a pound. But if you are new to carry, this will be a lot cumbersome because like you feel this weight.
Yeah.
And so like now it's pulling down on your pants, or let's say depending on the type of clothing you're wearing, it's snagging on things because it's so big. Also again, like because of the weight of it, it can alter your clothes and how it looks. So now you're looking kind of funky. Like, you know, me and you are skinnier guys, but if something like a big ass 357 Magnum like on the front of our hip or something, people are gonna notice that. I mean, this gun is pretty big, but like you can barely notice it, and that's mostly because I've learned and studied how to carry things to fit me. But it's gonna be real hard to try to make that fit you. Also,
so is that the only reason? Because it's like cumbersome?
Yeah. So but I mean, carry what you want. It's a free country.
Yeah.
But there are people who are going to have advantages over you.
Yeah, I gotta pull out that long ass gun. You might have a little freaking.
They would have shot you already. Freaking.
And I would say my second thing that I was thinking about was a Walther PPK, because I know that fucking James Bond spies use Walther PPK, and I was like, it's a small enough gun that it's definitely not gonna be a huge thing where it's like, oh, I see that on you, like.
Yeah, but and that's a good gun, but it also has its drawbacks because it's so small.
It is very small.
It's very, I guess, difficult to shoot because when you shoot a gun, it's literally an explosion going off in your hands. So with my M&P, it's a 5-inch barrel and it's a full size. It's a lot easier for me to shoot. I can, let's say if we were standing side by side, you had your PPK and I had this, and we're both completely new to guns, I would still shoot this a lot better than your PPK because it has more for me to grip onto.
That makes sense. So I guess that's why people who are specialized use it, because they know that this is a special kind of gun, so I have to wield it a different kind of way. I know I need it when I'm gonna sneak somewhere, as opposed to that which is not for sneaking. It's for goddamn trying to sneak me. I'm gonna show you something.
So it's real. Everything has its pros and its cons. So like if you have really small gun, super easy to conceal, it sucks to shoot it. Really big gun, easy to shoot, but it sucks to conceal. So everything has their drawbacks. You just have to figure out what you're willing to give up.
Yeah.
It's like a balance.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Well, thank you for informing us on, firearm safety.
It was very informative.
It's crazy out here. People need to arm themselves up, like you said, after the shooting. It was just like, like it's getting scary for people out here. So thank you for
it's been scary for 5 years.
It's been scary since slavery.
You're right. It's been scary since the civil rights movement. Before that, Jim Crow. Trump trying to bring back segregation. I don't care.
Fucking crazy.
I don't care. Sorry, this isn't a political podcast. But
I feel like nowadays it is.
Hey, I can get into it. I just don't. I'm like, people watch this, have fun. I'm not trying to get all, I hate Trump or whatever. Yeah, but whatever. But anyway, sorry.
No.
I did that at a party too. I said something about politics. It just started a whole conversation. I was like, oh fuck. I didn't mean to do this shit. I was trying to turn up. But anyway.
Still got drunk though.
We did turn up though, but it was just politically. We're still drinking. We just talking about how much we hate Donald Trump. But should I bleep that out?
I don't care.
I don't know.
You're not gonna stop
I don't
my
want to
bad.
get arrested. Well, on the show we have a segment, random facts. Okay. So what's a random fact that you have? Just anything.
Just a fun fact you got or something.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. So one of my favorite movies is Terminator 2.
Okay.
Robert Patrick.
I'll be back.
Yeah. not Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Robert Patrick, who played the evil Terminator, the T-1000. So when he was training for the role, he started working on his sprinting a lot. And his sprinting got so good that he was outrunning the prop vehicles on set. So they had to tell him to slow down. That's my favorite movie back there because like
funny.
If you see the movie, you see how he runs. Like he just like
Now I need to watch Terminator 2.
And he just chopping it up, and like it's just funny to know. It's like they were like, hey man, like we got this little dirt bike over here.
That's hilarious.
You outrun the dirt bike. Slow the fuck down.
That's crazy.
Do you have a fact on my phone?
What
You can
kind
go
of
next. I don't know if I have one.
That's silly. But I got a fact. It's kind of a science fact. I like the universe a lot.
Nerd. I'm just kidding.
Here's my fact. The faster you move is the I guess faster time moves.
Hazel!
Really
Hazel
over there.
going to town.
But so yeah, my fact is that the faster that you move is, I think it's like the slower, like, or faster time perceives to you. Like the faster you get to the speed of light. Like, let's say there's something 80 million light years away. That means it will take light 80 million years to get there. If you're traveling there at light speed, those 80 million years feel like an instant to you because you're going at light speed. Now, everything around you is aging, going 80 million years, but you, since you're going at light speed, you get there instantly in your mind. So it feels to you like no time has passed at all, but time is passing very fast for everybody else. And I think that's super cool. 'Cause I think that kind of feels like time travel almost. Like if I go somewhere 80 million miles away, it feels like nothing to me, but I travel into the future pretty much. And I think that's cool. Because it feels like no time at all to me.
Yeah. Hey! Stop! I
That's
can't
funny.
concentrate.
And look, it reminds me of the astronauts that were stuck in space. Because like if you see
weren't
them,
stuck.
they look so much older. I mean, but still, they look way older when they came down. They like they have like gray hair and shit now. Like they look older now.
So the thing is, like, being in space, because you're not subject to like Earth's gravity and everything, like it does age you. So like your heart does, basically your body, because you're in 0G, your body doesn't need to work as hard as it does on Earth. So a lot of times astronauts that go up there, before they leave, they have to make sure they're like basically in like peak physical condition. Because while you're up there, you're losing bone mass, muscle density, and like all that while you're up there, even with all the equipment they have to keep you in some type of shape while you're up there. So like when you come back down, because I think those two astronauts, first of all, if it's not in my contract that I can't sue Boeing, I'm suing the fuck out of Boeing.
Sued.
It's like, how you gonna send me on a plane? I mean, on a ship that's unsafe,
right?
Boeing, they got their own shit going on. Freaking doors falling off. What the hell? Like that door that blew off of that flight. Was it to Alaska or something? I don't know. Air travel is just not safe right now.
It's really not.
It's not safe right now.
Yeah, but when they came back, like whoever's like was in charge over them, like they have an extensive, like I think at least a year, like exercise and nutrition regimen to try to get them back to where they were before they left. Because that
makes sense.
Yeah.
Well,
Kyla, what's your fact?
My fact is that you know the term "making it rain," like in the strip club,
yeah,
making it rain. Freaking Big Meech came up with that because he would go to the club, he'd be throwing dollars, and they'd be like, "Yeah, we're making it rain," and
he's like, "Damn, I like
it's
that."
history.
Well, I'm from Georgia, near Atlanta, so Travis Porter came up with that.
Make it rain, bitch. I'm sure nigga was saying that. Where we put that goddamn
They heard some old niggas saying it, and they're like, you know what? Hell yeah. Make a song. But yeah, that's my fact. And also, the people on that spaceship were not stuck. Like Elon Musk said. They weren't stuck. Well, they were, They just joined another mission.
So they had their mission extended while they were in space. It wasn't like, we
Yeah.
can't come back to outer space.
Because
We can't
NASA
get
was
back there,
already out there doing something else, and they just joined that crew after, because they didn't feel safe going back on the Boeing aircraft.
That's fair. That's fair. Well,
Propaganda.
Well, thanks for coming, man. You've been a great
Yeah.
guest. We talked about everything, under the goddamn sun. We've been informed by a bunch of stuff, We know more about gun safety, everyday carry, all that stuff. But we can't let you leave here without doing our staple segment of the show. It's called What You Been Fucking With. So what's some reason that you just been enjoying? Is it a game, a book, a TV show, a good movie, your goddamn kids? I don't know. What you been fucking with this goddamn...
Your wife?
Yeah.
Oh, he's like, shit, I guess, but
I've been
but Monster Hunter though.
I've been into audiobooks lately.
Okay.
I love audiobooks.
Audible. What you be on?
Audible.
Yeah.
But I've been running through them bitches. So it started last year before Thanksgiving. When I went to my friend's wedding, I started listening to Harry Potter.
Okay.
I need to get that on audiobooks.
I listened to all the Harry Potter series. I listened to some other shit, and now I'm on I'm in the Stephen King books.
Okay.
So I did.
He has a whole universe.
Oh yeah, I did It, The Stand, Salem's Lot. Now
We just watched that movie for Halloween.
Salem's Lot.
I think so.
That's when they left the town and came back and there's vampires there.
Yes.
And now I'm on the Dark Tower series.
Okay, I heard that has its own thing too. Freaking there's a turtle god or something that is fucking
Turtle?
cause it's I forgot what its real name is, but it's afraid of this turtle god
It's,
thing that freaking runs
maturing.
the.
So
I would never be afraid of a turtle.
that nigga seems scary. I don't know. I mean,
He's a good turtle. But
if you're an evil guy, he's scary.
yeah.
That's fair, I guess. Yeah, that's fair. You got me there. Evil turtle.
Evil turtle.
Now I need to see it.
That's cool.
Guess I need to read it.
I be so what do you think's been your favorite ebook that you've been reading?
I want to say my favorite. It's between How the Word Is Passed, which is a book about reckoning with the history of slavery, or All Blood Runs Red, which is a biography about Eugene Bullard, who was the first African American pilot to fight in World War One.
Okay.
That's woke as fuck.
The reason why I really like Eugene Bullard's biography is because one, he's from Georgia, so I'm a Georgia boy, so I can kind of resonate with that, and it shows him basically leaving the United States to go to France because to escape segregation and racism. He became a successful businessman in France, had a wife, 2 kids. He helped a lot of people get started. So he had a bar. He had Louis Armstrong perform this bar. Langston Hughes was a busboy at his bar.
Wow.
Wow.
Exactly. And and he did a bunch of shit, but he was famous. He's basically everyone in Europe knows who he is, but hardly anyone in the United States knows who he is.
Wow.
Because when he got back to the United States, they wouldn't let him fly because he was black. He even I'll join the Tuskegee Airmen. They was no, we don't want you. And when he got back when he came back to the States after World War II, he was done fighting because he had so many injuries from all his time fighting in war, and he just became a janitor. He became a janitor. He started working as one of those guys that sit in the elevator and press buttons But
Damn.
during that time that he was working in the elevators, he would still get correspondence from France. So he would get all these ceremonies and stuff because they wanted to recognize him for what he did in France. And there was one incident where the president of France invited him to a ceremony where he gave him like the highest medal of honor in like French military history. And when he came back to the States, he made it a habit of wearing his medals, but like a lot of people would just ignore it because it was like, oh, like he's just wearing something shiny. But this one day, the producer of the news station he was working at in the elevator saw the medal and was like, "Where'd you get that from?" He's like, "Oh, I got this from my time fighting in the war." He was like, "Okay." And then he looked up what the medal was. He was like, "Ain't no fucking way this old black man has the highest military honor in like French military history." So then he went like backed up his stuff and did research on it. He's like, "Oh shit, he did all of this. Why are you not like a war hero here?" He's like, "America not fucking with me."
Because of racism.
Because of fucking racism.
Everything.
It's incredible that fucking French is less racist than America. What the fuck? That's something I never would have thought I had to say in my whole entire life. Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
Well, what have you been fucking with?
I'm gonna let you go.
Oh, so you don't have anything?
Well, I went when we were doing facts, so I thought we switched it up.
I'm ready.
All right, well, prove it then.
I've been fucking with Mayhem by Lady Gaga.
Mayhem, the
new
album. Yeah,
it's not what I expected initially, but it slaps.
Mm-hmm. Abracadabra and all that, Zombie Boy,
Zombie Boy, freaking Love Drug, freaking. It's like the same genre but different genres. It's like different genres of pop. It's like has like some disco on it, has like some funk on it, some super pop stuff, like like Taylor Swift type shit. Even though she didn't originate that because she was doing country originally, but just for the current reference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but I love it. Freaking abracadabra. Sorry. Jesus Christ.
You're so freaking silly.
She got a tall bag.
She does have a tall back.
Lady Gaga?
No, Taylor Swift. No, Lady Gaga is like literally. She's like 5'2". Lady Gaga is short.
Whenever I think of Taylor Swift,
don't mean she got a booty.
All I see is when that shit went down between like her ex-boyfriend and Ice Spice.
Which
that racist ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, and then, like,
John Mayer?
They did that collab or whatever.
Oh.
No, not that one. His name is Matt Hurley, something like that. He's in some band that doesn't matter.
Oh wait, never mind.
First of all, I don't know these
Exactly. But that's what I've been fucking with. I've been listening to it all week. I love it. I was confused at first, but I like it now. Where have you been?
My thing of the week is no. I'm gonna edit in. It's gonna be the Invincible. Title card. I was gonna say but Invincible is so fucking good, man.
You're a nut.
I've been reading a bunch of lore. Because I actually said Invincible, fucking.
I get it now, but I was just like, what's he doing?
That's gonna be so dope to see.
My thing of the week is Invincible, man. It's such a fucking good show.
Yeah.
I've been reading a lot of like the lore and the comics and like shit in the future, and I'm so excited to see what's going on. And I feel like I feel like it's like if superheroes were like real, like you
like
see goddamn, yeah, but like, I don't know, I feel like it's different because it's like animated. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like, you see a superhero, they'll come goddamn save somebody at freaking the speed of sound and they'll bring them safely. But like in real life, like that nigga's dead. You can't grab someone at the speed of sound. What the fuck? They're gonna die. Their bodies can't do that. And in Invincible, that's gonna happen. You can't goddamn. And I love to see. I don't know. They show like gore and stuff, man. It's not like that. The fact that I want to see gore, but it's like if superheroes were fucking real, it wouldn't be Superman and Batman.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just save from that.
Because I feel like in the Marvel movies, you barely see shit like that. You barely see like blood or anything.
Yeah, it's like a whole building just dropped on you. Yeah. You should have broken bones.
Yeah.
Also, Invincible gets his ass beat, and I respect that.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
I don't respect it. He sandbags so hard.
I will give you that. I wish he tried harder, but I feel like you don't see enough of like main characters. Like I don't know. I feel like people are like
fumbling.
Marcus, goddamn, he should be this, he should be that, and it's like he's just a boy.
I just feel like Mark knows his power, and he really knows he can fuck somebody up, and I feel like that's why he kind of like.
But I feel like he's traumatized too, seeing his dad really fuck up. His dad literally came hurt the whole Guardians of the Globe, and then beat the shit out of him. And he's like, you know what? I don't want to do that to people.
Okay, I get that, but when the rest of the people from your dad's hometown start pulling up.
For real, the Viltrumites beat their fucking ass.
Bro, when Anissa came down and she was like, come with me or I'm going to snap her neck. Like, bro, I was like, bro, don't hold back no more.
Yeah.
when they, what's his fucking name? Conquest.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was
ready
thinking
for my
that the whole
arrival,
time. I
worm.
was like, what are you doing? Beat his fucking ass.
Beat his ass.
You can do it. I've seen you do it.
I'm so lonely.
That was the hardest monologue I've ever heard.
When he said that, I was
No.
just like, wait.
What pissed me off was when Conquest came, he was like, if Anissa was here, she would say, everything's going to be nice. We're going to save the planet. We're going to save you. Fuck that. Fuck the planet. I don't want to save you. I hate you. I love fighting. I love violence. I love murder. I love gore. 10 minutes later, I'm so lonely. Nobody wants to be my friend. What the fuck?
I was like, did you not hear what you just said?
What the fuck?
But it still goes so hard because like when he started saying this shit, I was like, oh nigga, you about to die.
Nobody wants to be my friend. I don't even get
just
a name,
like-
just the purpose. Conquest. I was like, this nigga's.
was like,
that was a
I
hard
was
ass
watching
monologue.
Invincible.
when he was like, every day I want to cry, but I don't. And then he just looked at him. He was like, take it to your grave. I was like,
But how freaking is it Cecil? Yes, how he took him and he's like using him for whatever the fuck he's doing. I was like, I
Fuck
thought you
Cecil.
knew it, you dickhead.
I'm speaking to everybody right now who was like, Cecil was right. Cecil was right. Everybody was like, Mark when fucking. Wait, in the beginning of the season, they were in the white room, and Mark was like, "Why are we here?" And he was like, "I need protection from you." And they were like, "Cecil was right. How about now? Is he still right now that he fucking got Conquest's corpse in the goddamn underground? Because we already know how it's gonna turn out. He gonna come back alive and escape. We already fucking know.
Or
It
I
wouldn't have
think
showed it.
Cecil is gonna use him as a weapon.
Like the damn Rihanna man put the fucking head on his thing on him.
but my thing is like he had him in that bunker or whatever, and he's like, what do we do when he wakes up? He's like, well, if he wakes up and if he like sneezes the wrong way, like this whole building's gonna collapse on top of him. Season 1, you hit Omni-Man with the equivalent of a nuke, and he brushed that shit off.
I was gonna say the same thing.
What do you think Conquest is gonna do? Like
Omni-Man almost murked the whole entire planet.
I kind of miss when Omni-Man was crashing out.
Yo, when he took over, when he went through that portal and he was like, "Earth isn't yours to conquer," it just fucked up that whole planet.
That was one of my favorite. Because like what they did with that is they made it so casual. Like he just does this. Like this is his thing. Like he was like because he did that and then had dinner with his family.
Yeah.
He was like, this is nothing to me. I just killed an entire planet and then went to eat dessert with my fam. Cause this Tuesday for me, bro.
Like,
I'm a Viltrumite. Come on.
Bruh had the chance to let loose, and his flight alone caused nuclear detonations. What the fuck?
Like it's like the scene where Mark and Conquest are fighting and Conquest was just holding Mark flying, killing niggas. Like us just flying murders people. Like that's how strong we are.
Yeah.
My existence is a threat.
I feel like it was so crazy when he called his wife a pet. And then now we've come full circle. He's like, I think I miss my wife. I was like, you called her a pet. She got a whole new nigga now.
You don't miss Hazel?
What?
You don't miss Hazel?
I'm not fucking
She a
her.
pet.
I'm not in a committed relationship with Hazel.
That's fair.
Like, what the hell? That would actually be illegal.
I think I miss my wife.
I was like, oh, bitch. Like, you smelling yourself? You call her a fucking pet, bitch?
You're a
Now
mass
you miss
murderer.
her? You idiot.
Nah, when he was crashing out on Mark in the side of that mountain, he was like,
Oh my God.
Yes.
He was like, what's 17 more years? I can always have another kid.
I can
I'm like,
make another one.
And did. He did.
He proved he was like, you thought it was a joke. Nah.
All right, when
son.
Cecil took Oliver, I was like, oh, hell. I was like, now he done kidnapped Oliver.
Nah, I feel like I highly doubt it, but I hope Oliver is gonna like chill the fuck out now that he done.
I hope we don't. I can't wait to see a full
Teenage Oliver.
adult crash out Oliver straight
Bruh.
up. I'm trying to murder. Fucking even at the goddamn end of the last season, where Vincent was like, I'm gonna start murdering niggas. Oliver was like, duh, let's murder people. Remember the Muller twins? I don't, because I murdered them.
Oliver's like, you're late.
Fuck the Muller twins.
First of all, Oliver, you got the biggest reality check ever. It was like big ass beat down coming up and
Yes,
just,
I was like,
The way Conquest was just like, blap.
I was just like, oh.
I want to know what he was thinking at that moment. The moment Oliver was like, beat down coming, then he got slapped. What was going through his mind? He was like, oh, how?
Probably nothing.
This nigga slapped the shit.
Probably nothing.
I forgot he's just like me.
It was just white.
And then he stood up and started throwing the blood. And then more blood. And then teeth.
And then his teeth. I was like,
then dude picked him up. He was like, I'm going to rip you apart slowly.
oh my God. I was so scared. I was like,
That
no.
nigga was almost grape juice. He was like, I'm about to fucking just slowly.
Not grape
and what's
juice.
crazy is Quacker was just like, oh, this is so amazing. I'm going to savor this. And then like, nobody likes me. You're a fucking psychopath. You're literally.
It's like, do you not see what you're doing?
I can see your dick print when you're fucking trying to turn Oliver into grape juice, and you're like,
Really?
"What? No, I mean, it was.
I didn't see that.
I mean, I don't really see it there, but like, I can just imagine his dick's is hard as shit. He just goddamn. Oh, this is so good. I'm about to first your skin tears, and then your muscles, and then your ligaments, and he's just like, oh, I'm like, I can see your dick print, bro. He's 4 years old. This is inappropriate.
He's probably literally like 2.
Probably
Probably less than that,
Literally
actually,
2 years
just
old.
'cause he aged
Because Thraxton's
faster.
aged real fast.
Yeah.
But I'm like, this is, and then he was like, I'm so lonely. I'm calling the police. Where's Olivia Benson at right now? Because this is not
He's
okay,
psychotic.
Conquest.
Yeah.
This is not okay. Protect Mark's hole.
And then the fact that he's voiced by Jeffrey D. Morgan, I was like, wow.
It's a reunion.
Or wait, or Cecil voiced by Jeffrey D.
No, it's
No,
it's Conquest.
Yeah, okay. I thought so. I was just like, because I think you paused it, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, okay.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Playing the evil person again.
Again.
Negan part 2.
The nigga ain't been a good guy since Supernatural when he was goddamn Dean and them dad.
Was he even a good guy in Supernatural?
I mean, he was definitely a dickhead.
He was putting his sons through some shit.
Oh my God. Don't get me started. I ain't going all day about Supernatural. I've seen the full show like twice. It's a good show.
Damn.
Oh, but thanks for coming, man.
Yeah.
Wait, we did everybody's thing?
Thank you for
Yeah.
having me.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Just thanks for coming. I appreciate you. You taught us a bunch of goddamn good stuff. It's good seeing you again. Remember when we goddamn that day in the you probably know what I'm talking about when we were in the goddamn talking about the $1 billion, you know, we just suck a dick, you know.
The what?
I do it.
So-
It was like we suck a dick for $1 billion, and I was like, yes, I'm sucking, swallowing, choking, and gobbling on that thing. Like,
you gotta do the most,
bro,
He was like for $1 billion.
eat it up. And I'm on the podcast. Quote me on that. Hey, if you're a billionaire and you're like, hey, I want to blow it from a straight guy for $1 billion, hit my line. I'll do it right now. Swear to God.
Oh my God.
I need it in cash though. I don't want no stock. I don't want no gold. Actually, I'll take gold, but I don't want no stock. I don't want you to wire it to me. I need $1 billion in cash, motherfucking money.
I'll give you some tips and tricks, babe.
Whatever. Whatever the fuck that girl said. $1 billion. I'll
Shit,
be.
now she gets sued.
It's funny you brought that up because like that is like a core memory.
And not to this day. I'ma stand and sit on it for $1 billion.
You gonna sit on it for $1 billion?
For $1 billion, hell yeah, I'll be whatever.
Sit and spin.
I'll be your Viola Myers. I'll be your goddamn whatever you want me to be. Your Mia Khalifa, whatever you want me to be. For $1 billion, I'll be it.
Making the beast with 2
I'll
bats.
be it. Anyway, thanks for coming. You got anything you want to shout out? You got
What a way to end the
anything you want to, you
episode.
know? You got classes coming up or like something you want to
So
promo?
first, thanks for having me out.
Of course.
Both of y'all.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. This was fun. As far as classes, I'm pretty much, my books are open. So if you have any needs or you want to come and train with me, just hit me up. Instagram, BlackMarshalPrecision.
Link in the bio.
Link in the bio. Send me a DM. We'll set up a time and a date. If you
So
don't,
is there Instagram?
yeah,
Is there anywhere else to reach you besides Instagram? Or is that the only way to reach out to you?
That's the only way to reach out to me.
Okay, so Instagram.
If you don't have your own gun, I have loaners that I can let you use. So yeah, we can make it happen.
Make it happen, Captain.
Shout out Black Marshall Precision. If you want to, arm yourself, if you want to know how to carry the gun you already have, if you want recommendations on getting a gun, hit your boy up. This man is goddamn amazing. He was in the military, so,
Because we need guns as black people right now.
Hey, man, life is crazy as hell right now, broski. So, especially if you live in a city, which you probably do if you listen to this podcast, hit this man up. The ad's on the screen. It's in the bio, too. So, goddamn, fuck with the boy. Like I said in the beginning, if you're on YouTube, give us a like, comment, subscribe. If you're on audio platforms, download us, give us a follow. We love you. Thank you. I'm your boy, Captain Alexander, Mr. Make It Happen, Capty Zapty.
And I'm Kyla.
Kyla.
But also make sure you follow us on YouTube because we're trying to get to 100 followers.
Trying to get 200 Juneteenth because, black people like stuff.
We're black. We deserve it.
We deserve it.
It's reparations.
Absolutely.
Black power.
And this is Amontre. Thanks, guys.